Welcome, friends. So for today's math, you're actually going to be using the same data from yesterday. So yesterday, I had the data for like a bunch of little toys. And I kind of looked at the various colors that they were. And this is what my data was yesterday. I made a frequency chart and a line plot that kind of went with it. Today, I'm going to answer a bunch of questions that kind of go along with the same data. And these are questions that we practice throughout the course of the early part of the year. It's just going to be kind of a review within it. So it's going to be the same thing. You're going to use this data to answer those questions, and then put on that Padlet, please, or a new Padlet. It kind of goes along with it. And we're going to be using this data on Thursday and Friday as well. So again, don't lose it. Don't put it in a place where you don't know where it is, stuff like that. But for today, I just want us to answer some questions looking at this data. So right off the bat, our first question is maximum. And maximum means biggest. So which one of these has the biggest number? And you're going to see, well, our maximum is 7, and it's pink. And which one is our minimum? And you can see we have a 1, a 6, a 7, a 6, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 1. Okay, so my minimum is going to be my smallest number. Maximum is biggest, minimum is smallest. So that'd be 1. I'm going to put down my colors next to it: blue, yellow, silver, and white. After that, range always follows maximum minimum. That's because range is going to be your biggest minus your smallest. So if our maximum is 7 and our minimum is 1, our range is 7 minus 6. Oops, 7 minus 1 equals 6. So that's our range. Now we're on median. And median kind of sounds like middle. So this is the one where you kind of arrange them from smallest to biggest. So I'm going to arrange them from smallest to biggest. So 1, pull that next to it so I know I used it. 1, 1. After that, looks like we have a 2, a 3, 1, 1, 1, a fourth one, and then 6, 6, 7. 6, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And from here, I cross them off and I try and find what is that number in the middle. So 1, 7, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 3, and then our 2 is in the middle. So our median number is going to be 2. Now, if you have 2 numbers in the middle, let's say you have an even amount and 7 odd amounts, then what you do is you actually have to take the average of those 2 numbers. So let's say I have 1, 4, 6, and 10. Let's say I only have 4 points of data. What I would do is I'd find the middle numbers, 4 and 6, and I have to average them out. And I would add them, and then I divide by 2. So our median would then be 5 in that case. Again, if you have 2 middle numbers, you have to average them out. You might be wondering, okay, what's average? Well, average is when you add them up and divide by the number, which we're going to do right now. The next one is mean or average. So I want to figure out what is the average amount of Shopkins in all these piles. So I'm going to take my numbers, I'm going to add them all up. So 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I'm going to take my numbers, I'm going to add them all up, and then following that, I'm going to divide them by the amount of categories I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I have 28 divided by 9. And that's not one I can necessarily do in my head too much, so I can use a calculator if I want. So 9 divided by 2, can't do it. 9 divided by 28 is 3. 1, and then put a 0 here, put a decimal point there. 9 divided by 10, 1. It looks like it's going to be going on and repeating. So 3.111. And like I said, I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth. Again, that tenth is going to be the place right after the decimal point, because it goes tens, hundreds, thousands, blah, blah, blah. So if I had 3.111 and I want to round to the nearest tenth, I just see that 1 is going to be smaller. So I just get rid of it. Again, if you want to use a calculator on this one, you can. I'm not opposed to that. Our next one is going to be mode. And mode starts with MO, as in it's the most popular. Which number is the most popular? Well, we have a couple sixes, but we have a lot of ones. So our mode is going to be 1. After that, there's 2 other questions that don't really go with this, but I still want to know them. What was the total amount of categories you had? 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 9 categories and 28 Shopkins overall, with 28 Shopkins. And our last question is there an outlier in your data? Is there a number that is completely smaller or ridiculously bigger than all the other ones? So we have 1, 6, 7. It doesn't look like there is. The ones are kind of grouped up next to the 2 and the 3, 6, 6, 7. They're all kind of similar. If I had a number like 61, well, that'd be very different. That number is vastly different than all the other ones. It's much bigger, so that would be my outlier. In this case, I don't think I do, so I'm just going to put none for an outlier. So what I want you to do is I want you to take, take about 10, 15 minutes, and I want you to answer these 7 questions and then put your answers in the Padlet. Again, tomorrow we're going to be doing something different with this data. We're going to be making some graphs and stuff like that. But for today, just those 7 questions is what I'm asking you to do. If you have questions, you can pop in the chat. I think I'm going to be around. Yeah, I should be. Where I can help you with any of those things. Thanks. Have a good day.